Hi everybody, this is Teresa with the Guardian Network, and this is another one of our video series with professionals that we've worked with for years, and I want to introduce to you Julia.
Hi, my name is Julia. I'm with JM Appraisal Lab, and we're here to talk about gemology. I'm a graduate gemologist, which is a study of gemology through GIA, so it makes me unique and different than if you just go to an average jewelry store or a pawn shop who maybe they've been in the business and there are appraisers or gemologists that say they're gemologists, but they never actually went through the full education. Their experience is only being in the store and selling, not really sitting down and examining jewelry on a daily basis.
Cool. Julia and I got together maybe 5 years ago?
Probably about 7 years ago.
7 years ago. I'm never right about this. Because one of the problems we have is in the world of a fiduciary, that might be a power of attorney or a guardian or a trustee or a personal representative to an estate, we're often dealing with boxes or bags or drawers full of could be costume jewelry, could be valuable jewelry, and I'm not an expert and I don't really know which ones are valuable. So one of the most important things about Julia's service is she comes to you. She has come to us at the facilities, in assisted living facilities.
Correct.
She's come in nursing homes. This is especially helpful for a client who they don't want to take their ring off, and I don't want to take the ring off them. So she'll come, and generally they're okay with her evaluating the ring if they're right there together.
Correct.
And she lets them do that. And then we get what we need, which is some kind of valuation on the stone or the whole ring. This might be for an inventory, for a guardianship, or maybe for insurance purposes. So what are some of the other places you travel to? What are other circumstances?
I'll go to banks. I'll go right to the safety deposit box. I'll meet in people's personal homes. I'll even meet at maybe a family member that might have Alzheimer's or dementia or is paranoid of leaving the home or the area they're living in, to create the most comfort and safe environment, because jewelry is a very, very personal item. It's really the only product out there that has a sentimental value. Not only does it have a substantial, could have substantial monetary value. So this is always a concern, and as ladies get older or even younger people that inherit jewelry, they're not familiar with the high value. They want something that's secure and safe. So that's what I try to provide, and that's the best way of handling it. For the general public, I normally have them come to my office, or I also do go to their home if they have a substantial amount of jewelry that needs to be assessed, because I also do offer the service of buying out or helping to liquidate the asset if it's something I didn't appraise for insurance purposes or for the liquidation values.
Yeah, so it's a very helpful service. It solves a lot of the emotional problem of getting jewelry valued. It also solves the practical purpose. I don't really want to drive around in the car with a bunch of jewelry that I'm not actually sure of its value. It might be just, quite frankly, a bunch of junk. It might have gold value, just the weight value, or the stones themselves might have value, or it may be valuable because it is of a particular era, of an antique era, or something special that makes value. And I don't know this, so we have Julia. So some of the other stuff to talk about is, why don't you talk a little bit about the difference between the values of something that is going to be valued for the purpose of liquidation versus retail. Explain that a little bit.
Well, liquidation value would be the value of if you had the item and you wanted to sell it quickly, like you went to a pawn shop to sell it, or you went to an average jewelry store to sell it, and you'd want to make sure if you had it in a trust or an estate that you're going to be paying the taxes, or whoever inherits the taxes, at the lowest number, not at the full retail value. Obviously, if you purchased an item at, Mayer's jewelry store, or you went to Cartier and purchased your jewelry and you paid full retail value, and then you try to sell it, you're obviously never going to get that value, and you don't want Uncle Sam to be taking the tax of that value either. So that's where I come in to make sure I evaluate it as liquidation value, so when it goes to the courts for that valuation for taxes or fees, then it goes off that number. For the retail value, it would be for the insurance purposes, because obviously when you go to an insurance company, you lose a piece. You want to be able to buy that piece at the full retail, because you might not be able to buy it in the secondhand market. So that's where that comes in.
Great. I really want to talk about insurance some more, and we're going to do that in a few minutes in our next segment.